Hi there, Chris from TotallyEV, and here I'm doing a dedicated audio review of the MGS5 EV. If you want a detailed breakdown of the vehicle itself, make sure you check it out up on your pop banner or by following the links down in the description below or the pinned comments. Now to kick things off, we have to talk about its audio configuration. And as standard in the SE models, you will have a 4-speaker setup. However, in the Trophy model, which we have on review, you'll have a 6-speaker configuration instead. Here, you've presumably got full range drivers that are found within each of the 4 doors, and then tweeters that are found towards the front of the dashboard. Unfortunately, the manufacturer has not shared any sort of detailed information about the driver sizes, or indeed in terms of total wattage. Now, if I do get this information, I'll make sure I pop it down as a note, either in the video or down in the description below. Now for you to tinker around with the audio drivers, you want to navigate on the infotainment system. And here in the sound tab, I've enabled loudness. I've left the speed compensation at medium. The Soundstage in terms of custom, in other words, having it in terms of its center point, although you can mute the rear, which can be handy if you have got kids. And as for the equalizer, I've gone in terms of the custom preset. I've taken 2 notches off 80 Hz, left 500 Hz untouched, added 2 notches to 1 kHz, 1 notch to 5 kHz, and 3 notches to 16 kHz. Of course, these are my subjective settings, but there is certain reasons to this certain madness that I'll be explaining further down in this video. Now for you to connect up to the infotainment system, you have got Bluetooth, or the lowest quality SBC codec is supported only. If, however, you want higher quality playback, you'll be pleased to know that Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are supported over a wireless and wired transmission, which is certainly appreciated, namely if you do compare and contrast it with some of the other MG vehicles out there on the market. Furthermore, you've also got USB playback, which will be appreciated by audiophiles, as you'll be able to play back higher res audio songs directly via the infotainment system. Now what's also nice to see is directly via the infotainment system you've got built-in streaming apps such as Spotify and Amazon Music, which if I'm not mistaken is the first for an MG vehicle, although I'm sure certain other vehicles would have potentially had it via firmware updates. Nonetheless, this is actually quite good because it adds to the overall convenience and puts it in line with some of its competitors. So a nice little touch by the manufacturer. Now with that out of the way, let's get on to cabin noise. And here the objective measurements will be on your screen. Indeed, for those people who are subscribed, you'll be aware that these numbers are actually pretty good. At both lower and higher speeds, the overall cabin insulation has been done pretty well, and therefore means it doesn't distract you when you're driving. Sure enough, you'll hear a little bit of road noise that creeps in from the front of the cabin, and a little bit of wind deflecting off the mirrors and the A-pillars, but in the grander scheme of things, it's actually pretty minimal. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on to an audio demo. I'll be placing the camera and microphone in 4 separate locations and playing back a track. It's from Priya J and it's titled Like Me. Now I do appreciate an audio demo over YouTube is never the best way to experience a system, but I thought to provide it as it gives you a bit of a taster as to what to expect. Now in terms of my own subjective opinion, as someone who's reviewed over 130 in-car audio systems and over 800 audio-related devices, I was left a little bit disheartened by what MG has offered. See here, the stock 4-speaker setup just really lacks that extra bit of dynamism, while the 6-speaker configuration, which is on review, just really can't compete with some of its rivals. Now let me expand. First off, in terms of the sub-bass tones, they're cut short, which is no surprise because you've not got a dedicated subwoofer. The audio drivers that are positioned within each of the 4 doors really have their work cut out. In order to kind of counteract this, MG has kind of tuned them to have a pretty loud and punchy bass response. In other words, the mid-bass tones are pretty forward. And that will certainly be appreciated by those people that want that, but in my opinion I found it to be a little bit overzealous and therefore kind of distracted from the overall mid-range, and as a result I actually reduced 2 notches via the infotainment system. It also prevented the wobbly sort of nature of that mid-bass reproduction. Here, unfortunately, as you might come to expect, the overall mid-range is actually pretty pushed back and recessed. Now you might be quick to say, why didn't you EQ it even more severely via the infotainment system? And the honest answer is because it does actually affect the overall accuracy. And as a result, I just had to expect that it had somewhat of a V-shaped sound signature where the mids weren't its forte. And as a result here, it meant that when it came to listening to male and female vocals, where they were really pushed back. Now in terms of the high-end extension, in the trophy model, you've got those dedicated tweeters that are found within the top part of the dashboard. And they'll give you a little bit of that zingy toe-tapping nature. You can also EQ this, if you so wish, in order to get a little bit of extra liveliness throughout the cabin. Unfortunately over here, for those people who are sat at the back, you're not got any sort of tweeters, and as a result means it will just feel a little bit more lifeless. Now as for its overall soundstage reproduction, the overall width and depth feels a little bit closed off, and the same could be said about the overall instrument separation, which isn't quite there. Indeed here, if MG had upped the ante by offering, let's say, a center audio driver, or for example speakers within the rear parcel shelf, it really would have provided you a far superior audio listening experience. But unfortunately at the time of filming, that's not the case. Effectively what I'm trying to convey over here is that for basic music listening, or for example if you're listening to the radio, then will certainly suffice. Be it in terms of the 4 or the 6 speaker configuration, it's not actually too bad. And as a result of this, it gets our Audio Approved award. However, for those people who are a little bit more into music or indeed consider themselves audiophiles, then you might want to look at some of the alternatives instead. For example, the ones that spring to mind are the Kia EV3 and the Skoda Elroq. Be it in terms of their stock or upgraded audio systems, they'll provide you far superior listening experience. And I do appreciate these come in at a slightly more premium price tag. Now nonetheless, I'd be curious to know what you make of the audio system down in the comment section below, and if you feel MG should offer you a means of actually upgrading the audio system. And if you've enjoyed this detailed independent review, definitely do consider dropping a like, subscribing and hitting that bell notification, all of which would be greatly appreciated. As such, I've been Chris from TotallyEV, and I'll hopefully see you next one. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.